He got a suppressor on his weapon. They were throwing flashbangs.
Yeah, I'm scared.
Octane Tactical Podcast, Episode 4. He got a suppressa on his gun. We're here with the usual suspects. You already know. We have Wyatt and Hunter. Gage and everybody else might hop on later. They're all pretty busy with things. But, yeah. Today we got some big topics we want to talk about. Pretty much like the state of airsoft, kind of revamp on what we said a few podcasts back about what we think is killing it. I mean, my mind's just been blown lately. I don't know. But we're gonna save that for a little later. We're gonna talk about first what we've been doing the past couple weekends. We're also gonna be talking about what's upcoming, and then just other little things, you know. But does everybody want to say hi?
What's up, guys? It's me, Wyatt.
Hey guys, it's Hunter again, I guess.
Yeah, Hunter's a queer.
Yeah, you right.
Can confirm.
I mean, it's not 100% confirmed, but it's it's up in the air.
Yeah, for sure.
Makes sense. So our last podcast, it was a few Fridays ago, maybe 4 now, maybe 5, depends. But the day after that podcast, we went to Warden, right? So first off, let me just talk about who all went with us. So me, Wyatt, Gage, Devin, Brandon, Jared. There's a picture of all. No, there isn't a picture of all of us from that day. I don't think actually.
You sure it's not the one where I was wearing my jeans?
Yeah, it is that one. Okay, there is a picture from that day. So that was the whole gang. So we was out there. Hashtag, I'm about to say it. We don't care that we stole your table. But anyway, it was, I'm not sure what the weather was like, but, you know, we're going to say it was a stormy Saturday day, you know, very gloomy. We're just trying to have fun, do the things we love to do, you know, like any normal human beings. And we were bullied the entire day. So I think now we'll just go through and talk about, like, every time we got bullied. So, like, Wyatt, if you want to talk about some of the things you got bullied about.
Oh, yeah, like, it was low-key cancer, because just so those who've never been to Warden, you understand the rules real quick. It's semi-auto only inside buildings. Buildings count, I think it's like if it's taller than your waist, it also counts as a building. Which doesn't make sense, because like half of the structures in like the village and the what's it called, the airfield, they're like waist high, but they don't have four walls on them. Either way, that's regardless. So I'm in a building, and you know I'm shooting semi-auto. I have a Crytac. It's a stock Crytac, no upgrades. And some dude comes up. He was renting in the he has a 25-foot MED because of the FPS on the rental. I have like 10-foot MED, and so you know he like bangs me from like 15. I hate safety kills. Like everyone on Octane fucking hates them. They're so stupid. They're not even. It's not airsoft if you don't shoot people. Like, I'm not gonna pay $15, $20 to get into a place and fucking yell at someone. Stupid. So he like safety kills me from like 15 feet away, and like I probably would have taken it if like he got me off guard, or like he got me like, you know, from behind. Like, sounds gay, but you know, like he didn't. I peeked out of a window, like a window about the size of a watermelon, and he yells bang bang from 15 feet away, and so I just like as I rolled out, I just shot him 3 times semi-auto. He flips out, throws his gun down, and then yells like, "Whoa, dude! Like I yelled bang bang, and you know full auto." I'm like, "It wasn't full auto. Like it's a cry attack. Like it's not even like a souped up gun. Get over yourself."
And then as he was walking away, the dude was so salty. Like he kept saying things. He like I got this all on video too, because I was just like looking at the dude like in awe as he walked away, like he was complaining about everything. He's like, "Oh, he's full auto building, shot me within 10 feet." And then Devin calls his hit. I'm not even sure if he got hit. I think he might have just called it because somebody was yelling like call your hits and stuff. I don't know. Devin's like a super nice dude, so he probably just called it to call it. Anyway, like the dude just is still talking, and then somebody yells at you, Wyatt, and they're like, "Quit blind firing." And
Oh, that triggered me.
like
I was rolling out of the top corner of a doggy door. So like what I mean by doggy door is like it's a 3 foot wide by 3 foot tall like cut like hole in the wall that's on the ground, you know. And so I rolled out like the top right hand corner from my perspective. So all you would see is like my eyeball behind my gun, and I laced this dude, and he's like, "No blind fire." And I'm like, "I can see you."
like if you get accurate shots on you and then think it's blind firing, I don't know. But anyway, so as the dude's walking away, he goes, he's like, "Oh, now you're blind firing too?" And then Devin's walking back at this point too, and he goes, "Shut up, dumbass nigga." And
No,
it was
did
the
he say
funniest
that?
thing.
No.
Yeah. And the dude goes, "Really?" Even though the dude was saying stuff like that the whole time. And the dude, like, the dude wouldn't shut up. Like, the dude just kept talking. It was so unnecessary. So I got that all on footage. I think that was funny. So pretty much, other times in the day, like just throughout the day, they were saying like, you know, we got exposed for full autoing inside buildings and overshooting people the whole day. You know, we were overshooting people even though we weren't even around people. And there was one situation we kind of we resolved that though and proved that it wasn't us. It was just a misunderstanding. So like that part's all cool, but like just, you know, throughout the day, just people were complaining about anything and everything. You know, even if there was one game where I think, I don't know, a few of us sat out because they're just fed up with it, right? And I know for a fact people were complaining about, you sat out a game, Wyatt, and there was dudes complaining. They were describing you. They were describing, you know, they were like, "Oh, it's this dude and he's wearing this and that." And they're talking about you, you know, and they're saying that you were cheating and doing, you know, cheating and being a douche that game, but you were sitting out in staging area. So, you know, I guess that's just how it works.
Yeah, I mean, I will admit, like, the one day, or well, no, it was the same day. It was like the first game of the day. I threw a frag in. Or no, I don't think it was that day. It was the weekend after ball car. Or was this the weekend after ball car? I can't remember.
This was the weekend after ball car because I had EG67.
Okay, so yeah, I threw a frag into a building, and the rules are if it makes a sound, it kills the building or 10 feet around. So like I threw an EG67 in, and boom, and I walk in the door, and this dude yells surrender, and I'm like, no, grenade just went off, and I shot him because out of reaction. Like I've been playing fucking airsoft like indoors like for what 3 years now at like Assault Airsoft Canton and Assault Airsoft Indoor, and like the minimum engagement distance is 0 feet because we play actual airsoft,
which is so like fields take note. I love that. Like that's the best thing ever is having a 0 MED, like just not having to worry about it.
Yeah, like you don't have to like worry about backing up and like engaging someone safely, because I mean, let's face it, airsoft's not safe. It's not. I mean, like yeah, okay, it's meant to be safe, but like you're playing airsoft to play airsoft, not to yell at people. So just like get over it. And it takes a lot of the, or allows you to have skill. Where like yelling, like I've watched places over in like the East Coast. It's not like Strike Force Sports. It's like some place up in like Connecticut. Some kid just literally he got like 8 or 9 kills because he's yelling, and it's like you can't even shoot from room to room. Like 15 feet is not a thing. Like 15 feet engagement distance is not a thing in a CQB place where the rooms are smaller than 15 feet. So people are just running into rooms yelling bang bang, and whoever's the faster person moving and the louder yeller, that's who gets the kill. And it's just that silly,
Yep. I've just never been a fan of it. The EG67s, they actually do have like clay pellet things in them that they expel, but we got soaked at Milsom West and the grenades broke open. There wasn't any of the clay pellets left in them when we had them there. So there weren't really BB grenades. Or clay grenades. They just made a loud noise. There was one point, Jared actually has a video of it. I'll throw the link to it in the chat. Jared, we were attacking the 2-story building. I believe it's the only 2-story structure. Like it's pretty dope. But we were attacking that, and we're all there. Okay, so first off, when we're coming up to it, there's like this trailer kind of thing beside it over by the woods. There's some dude, I think it was the same dude that we just talked about earlier, that he was saying why it was overshooting and shooting within 10 feet, full autoing and building, whatever. He was laying underneath this trailer, right? And I walked past and I'm like, yo, dude, what team are you on? Because he's just laying under the trailer. Like, I don't know if he's a bad guy, dead, because like I can't see the upper part of his body. I kind of just see like from his like probably like stomach down area, because he's like under the trailer and the rest of his body's behind like the trailer tire thing. So I kept asking him, he never answered me. So, and the way he was laying towards looking at the building. So I was just like, all right, maybe he's just a friendly. And I just, assumed he was a friendly. But anyway, we go to breach this building. Jared's just peeking around the corner and double tapping every time he peeks, like he's just going through and he's just shooting about 2 BBs every time, back to back. He's not trigger spamming by any means. Like Jared can get his gun going, and the dudes in the building, quit full autoing. And, Wyatt goes, it's a Polar Star, shut up. And it's not even like Jared was shooting not remotely fast, like, to even be mistaken as full auto. He wasn't trying to shoot fast. He was putting accurate shots into the building. So anyway, after that, I threw one of the EG67s into the building and it blew up. And the dudes in the building, Jared goes in after the grenade blows up. And, well, not after the grenade blows up, but the grenade had blown up. It's pretty close. But anyway, they're like, well, if we're dead from the grenade, you're dead too. And they're talking about like how the grenade has a 10-foot kill radius and stuff. And basically, like, if you look back at Jared's video, they prove themselves wrong and they just sound like idiots. It was really stupid, that little section right there. So Jared and all them, they went to the building, cleared that out. I was still outside of the building. The dude underneath the trailer shoots me in the neck, like straight up, like 5 feet away from me, shoots me in the neck from behind. And like, I was just so upset. Like the whole way back to the respawn, I was just so upset that I got shot in the back of the neck from that dude. The same dude that I was, like I asked him, trying to ID him if he's a friendly or not.
Yeah, he
So
got
yeah,
me too. Like, just as I said, like it's a Polar Star. Like, shut up. He shot me.
yeah. I'm gonna try to find Jared's video. So you can. Do you want to start talking about the next weekend? Why I find this?
The op. So like, all right. So the next weekend we go back to Warden. They're hosting their like season opener op. It's like their first like full day event of the season. I can't remember what it's called. It's not risk. Is it Risk Factor or is it Shuttered? I can't remember. It's one of those.
I'm pretty
two.
sure that one was Risk Factor.
Yeah, it's either one. But they're hosting it, and we kind of like we decided to go as what, like green or something that day, and then we all of a sudden got swapped over to tan because of the what am I looking at? The ratio was not
like balancing.
Yeah, balance. We got auto balance for having more green than tan, and so we're rolling with John Burt, Jacob Hyatt, Jacob Allwright, John. It was me, you, Gage. So like half the gang was there, and then a bunch of our friends. And it was the first time I actually ran with John Bird, and it was so much fun. So like the beginning of the day was great, and I'll just admit it. The reason why is because we didn't see SRT yet. So
Well, step back. So basically, well, I should have mentioned this before we moved on, but the first weekend we were at Warden, one of the refs came up to us and he was like, you guys with Polar Stars, if we catch you shooting in buildings or overshooting again, you're just going to get kicked out. And we were like, okay. And, we were like, we're sorry. And it's just like, we weren't full autoing in buildings. But anyway, for the rest of the day, like he just assumed that me and Wyatt both had Polar Stars as well. I guess because the next weekend when we chronoed in, he asked us if we had like a tourney lock.
Oh, I lost it. Oh, dude.
Yeah, like I started cracking up. Like it was probably pretty rude because I'm pretty sure I said like he got him good or something, or you said it. I don't remember. But we were like, oh, got him good. And I don't know, just the look he gave us. Like, we clearly have AEGs. Like, it's pretty easy to tell if you have a Polar Star or an AEG. And just because he remembered what we look like, I guess he just assumed, even though I was trying to go incognito, I was wrapped up in Realtree. I had my gun covered up in, like, some pants that I cut up. And then I put, like, a Realtree helmet cover on. I was trying to slide under the radar, I was wearing 2 mini maps instead of a plate carrier.
Which was OG.
Oh, the 2 mini map. Oh, OG. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, it was just funny. It was just a funny thing right off the bat. Like,
Oh yeah, and I got another part of the chrono is like funny is because at Warden they do the stickers, but it's not like a paper sticker. It's like almost like an acrylic sticker, like sort of like the same sort of finish that like acrylic paint gives, where it's kind of like flaky when you try to peel it off. So that way like it breaks easy if you break your receiver open. Well, like I took mine off because they just, without even asking me, one of the refs just slapped it on my gun, and I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm stickering your gun." I'm like, "I don't want that on my gun." I'm like, "I want that off." And he's like, "Well, it's kind of hard to get off, And it took me like probably like 20 minutes one weekend at home. I was like to take it off, and it left like a bunch of residue, so I had to like sand it down. I ended up painting my Mark 18, so it didn't matter, but I was just upset. And so they went to do it again because they didn't see a sticker on it. And I was like, whoa, I don't want a sticker on my gun. And like the younger ref like looked at me like, what you'll say? Like he was like in shock. He didn't know what to say. So he looked at the older dude who was like, oh, you got tourney locks? And he's like, he doesn't want a sticker on his gun. I'm like, he's like, so you're gonna chrono every time here? And I'm like, yeah, like I snip off my Ziploc every time, or like my zip cable tie, my colored cable tie for my MED, like I snip it off every time. Once I get home, it comes off because I don't want it on my gun. And I always re-chrono and get a new one. And he looked at me like I committed a crime, like I broke a rule there. And that's what really upset me. It was like I said, I don't want a sticker on my gun because I don't like the residue it leaves, and because I like swapping my my uppers sometimes. I have a Block 2 and a Mark 18, so I like swapping the uppers, and I don't want that sticker on my receiver. And he just looked at me like I lost it. And then when he asked for the turning lock, I was like, it's an AEG, and I flipped over the motor plate, and he's like, oh. And he probably felt like an ass, which, let's face it, he kind of deserves it for just assuming that we're Polar Star users because he recognizes us.
Yeah, I have like 3 of the Chrono stickers. I don't care about them being on my gun, but every time I've gone back, they've been ripped. And the one time I didn't even open up my receiver or anything, the sticker, just because it's like that acrylic stuff, just where the receiver splits, I'm guessing just from the little bit of movement that it has, you could see there was a small crack.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah, I mean, I do like the idea just because it speeds things up, but like, you know, I chronoed anyway, even though, like, because it kind of looked like it was broken, even though I'm pretty sure like the actual adhesive part was still one piece. I just re-chronoed anyway, and
I don't mind doing re-chronos. I really don't care. Their pregame is just so slow. I mean, you just sit in staging forever anyway, so it's like, and they can blame it on chrono take so long. Just start a game. Like, do it like Assault used to do. Just start a game even if people haven't chronoed. Just, if they showed up like 10 minutes before first game, just start it. They came in 10 minutes before the first game. They didn't get in, ready in time. So
so the game starts pretty much, and one of the contacts would come into in the first half of the day. We're kind of pushing down the goat trail, and we start shooting at these guys that are like laying in the brush, right? And I had the medic role, so like just the whole day, I've never really ran medic at anything, at any kind of event, so I was like paranoid. I was like, oh, if I die, we're screwed. So I was kind of the whole day just trying to hang in the back. Like I didn't like it. I don't like being a medic. But so I just hear Wyatt start shooting into the bushes at the dude, and these dudes have Polar Stars, like, well, I mean HPA, some kind of HPA. You can hear them, and I just hear him go. The one dude calls Wyatt like a speed softing faggot. That's what he said. He said something before it. I'm not sure what he said.
I think it was a pussy. He didn't call me a faggot, but he definitely called me a speed softing pussy because I took everything off my Mark 18. Because again, the whole idea to go to this op was like to not take it serious and just have fun with it. So I took everything off my Mark 18. I didn't wear a plate carrier. I just wore a flannel shirt. I'll pop a photo so you guys have a reference. But like, and he just called me a speed softing pussy, and I was like, huh, you're dead and you're talking shit. And he's like, oh, and he just hemmed and hawed, and they came back alive somehow.
Yeah, because then Pyatt, who just commented on the thing, Pyatt got killed by him like a couple minutes later, which I think is magical. Because I mean, like, he got laid into. I don't know. That was just ridiculous. But that was the first, like, time of the day where something like that happened, and it kind of just went downhill from there.
I'll be right back.
Okay. And so like, it was like lunchtime, and it was the kid who called me a pussy, and like, I'm sitting in between me and my buddy W, and like, W's between me and the kid, and he immediately, like, after he recognized me, he started talking like shit, like, and it wasn't like, oh, like, yeah, I got you, you fucking pussy. It was like, oh, were you guys over, on the goat trail? We just smoked a squad, and they were just talking shit, and talking shit. I was like, oh, I was like, did you hear the guys talking shit? And he's like, oh, someone's talking shit to us. So I'm like, oh, so you guys are the guys who called me a pussy. I'm like, and I'm talking like over W's duffel bag of shit, and I'm like, there's no room for that in airsoft, dude. I'm like, don't be calling. I didn't say shit to you guys. I was just spamming my trigger at you until one of you guys called your hits. I didn't call you out and say, hey, like, call your hit. I was just shooting my gun. So here's the reference photo. So you can see Tice's Gucci like double backpack. Obviously it's not a plate carrier, it's a double backpack play. Gage took off his plate carrier at this point, and then of course me, that's my kit for the entire day. And so like I just lost it. I was just like I've never seen that side of me before, and I don't like it where, you know, someone's like talking shit on the field and then like he recognizes me and starts talking even more shit, but like passive aggressively. Like, I'm not gonna sit down and just let this kid like talk shit in staging. And I was like, and I told him, I was like, I'll take it straight to Todd. I'll be like, bro, you talking shit on the field and like you're just starting stuff for no reason. Like, I was like, speed soft, like I probably have more kit than you, and the kid's like in fake ass Marpat, and I'm like, there's no reason to call anyone shit like that. Like, I will never start shit with people on the field like that.
I also want to mention, like, he claims he burned us, but we were the group that came out alive after that. They were all dead, and we all got back up and moved on. So they never wiped the entirety of us. They killed like 3 of us, maybe, and we killed all of them. I don't know how many there was, but
yeah. Disclaimer: I eventually made up with them. I ended up fist bumping with them at the end of the day. I told them I was sorry about the whole lunch break thing, because let's face it, I'm a bigger fucking man. I can admit when I do something childish, and that was kind of childish, but and it's mostly because we bonded over an experience of a whole group of cheaters that day. Which, you want to get into?
good old SRT. So, SRT was there. If you don't know SRT, they're Ohio's premier airsoft team. Like, these dudes are gods, all right? Like, they go in, right? So, you know, they are on green team. They wear all OD kit. They're super cool operators. But anyway, just throughout the day, I'm trying to think which was the first, because like the whole second half is just a blur. But actually it was the first half, the very end of the first half. Me and Pyatt were left behind to watch Buckler. Is Buckler like the fort?
Yeah, it's the fort.
Yeah, so we were left behind to watch that, right? Because there's only like 5 minutes left, and everybody else went to go, I don't know, I guess capture whatever we could before lunch. And so me and Pyatt are just there fooling around. I think we were vlogging. Like, we were doing a vlog when it happened, just like, we weren't actually vlogging, but like I had my phone up, and we were just being retards, right? So, out of nowhere, my dude Pyatt gets thwopped, like right in the back. Like, I'm pretty sure he got hit in the neck. I don't remember, but he got burnt through the doorway, like in the back. Like, I don't know. We weren't really watching because we didn't expect anybody to be that close in the last like 5 minutes too. So basically, so he gets killed through the doorway. I'm kind of by the window. I don't know. It's hard to explain. So the doorway is kind of like around the corner of this other room. In this other room, the corner of that room has me blocked. So I didn't get shot. Like, I couldn't see the door. So I peek around the doorway, and I burn like these 2 guys in the doorway, peek back. I hear, because I pull back in, because there's a dude wrapping around the outside of Buckler. And so the dude I could see him through the cracks because it's made out of like logs. So I could see him moving through the cracks. I could kind of see like a shadow. So as soon as he came in line of the window, I popped up and I shot him like the whole way when he was walking across the window. Like, I shot him quite a few times. Not that much, just because, you know, I wanted to get back on the door. But like, I shot him until I had to get back on the door. I actually never heard him call hit or anything, but after the engagement, I did realize that he did call his hit. He was on the ground with his dead rig on. But I peek back at the doorway. There's a few more guys standing in the doorway now. They're kind of they don't know what's going on. I think they think it's clear. And so they're kind of starting to just walk, like they're kind of just going super slow around, start to kind of walk into the fort. I shoot like 2 more guys. And then I peek back in because they realize I'm there and start shooting at me. So it's kind of, back and forth. And so the one guy on SRT, I believe it was Jordan, he starts moving up like along the wall of the room that I was kind of covered by. And as he's walking up, I can see his knee sticking around the corner before he even peeks out. So I start shooting him in the knee, and like as I start shooting him in the knee, I peek out again and move up to his like upper body and probably hit him at least once in the upper body. And then the dude shoots me. So I called it. I don't know why, to be honest. I should have just not called it. But yeah, that was the first point of the game, like just blatant cheating. Like I shot him before he even saw me. He was shot. And, it's, that's whatever. Maybe it was just an accident, right? But then after lunch, things just got worse. We were assaulting Buckler at one point, and like the SRT guys, that was when the first like full autoing from a building happened. There was one guy in the doorway of Buckler, and he was full autoing out of the doorway, or sometimes he was actually outside of the doorway, but it's within 10 feet of a building. So even if you're within 10 feet, you're not allowed to full auto. And they were full autoing anyway. I don't know how many saws they had, but most everybody was full autoing, even if they didn't have saws, to be honest. They didn't really care. There's one dude right over the edge of the hill. He was full autoing a bunch of teammates. I had got hit when I was moving up, but I heard the dude full autoing, and like there was already like 3 of them full autoing from Buckler. So I mean, I don't understand how many more of them there could have been with LMGs. So the ref kind of walks by, and I'm like, yo, make sure this dude down here has an LMG. And I'm not sure if he did or not, but I'm just saying, after the ref walked down there, I never heard that dude full auto again. So yeah. But eventually, like the whole Buckler thing went over. There's something else I wanted to mention about Buckler, like the assault on it.
There's a...
Oh, I know. Okay, so the XO for the other team, the green team, he's walking up to insert at Buckler. He's dead. So first off, there's this group of guys that they're up the hill. Me and Pyatt and Bert, we were on the slope of the hill going up to Buckler. There's this other group of guys that came in and started clearing out Buckler. There was these group of guys, they were in ACU, I don't know, but this one dude, he came up over one of the like little stacks of crates they have as cover, and he bangs this dude that's laying on the ground. And the dude, he's like, did you call your hit? Are you still in? And he's like, he just keeps saying bang, bang. And like me or Pyatt, I don't remember which one. One of us, we were like, just shoot him, dude. And he was like, well, he's on the ground. He's got his gun pointed at me, and I keep telling him bang, bang, but he's not like calling it or anything. Dude's just frozen on the ground with his gun pointed at the dude, that keeps saying bang, bang. Like he's just saying, he's bang, banging out of like politefulness, like just like because he caught him off guard. Huh?
Sure, it wasn't me.
No, it was some younger person.
Because you're describing exactly what happened to me.
Well, I don't know. Me and Pyatt come up the hill, and we're like, okay. He's like, I don't want to shoot him, and I don't know. It was funny because either me or Pyatt go, well, if you don't want to shoot him, we'll shoot him. So we come up the hill, and I give the dude like one warning. I'm like, because I see him, and he's just laying there, and like I don't know. He looks out of it like he doesn't look like he's gonna shoot anybody, but he's up on the gun like he's about to shoot the dude over the crates. And eventually the dude just stands up and still hasn't said anything and just walks back to his teammates, and they're just having a casual conversation now. I don't know, like it wasn't about airsoft or anything, but then they start walking back to respawn, like just like it was nothing. I don't know. It was just so weird. And then that same group of guys and some other guys come walking up the path beside us on the hill, and they're just talking and whatever. And then the other team's EXO and like two other guys walk up the hill. And further up the trail on the hill, there's a group of live enemies starting to come down the hill. And I hear the EXO, the dead EXO that's walking to reinsert, tell the guys, he goes, they're right up here along the trail on the right side. Like straight up, he's dead, and tells them where we are because he walked by us when he was dead from behind us, you know, because the regen point was down the hill where you had to go if you died. And so he walked up past us. That's how he saw us. Like he was dead the whole time, and told live players, like I probably have it on GoPro. Actually I don't, because I had to delete a bunch of footage because I had to clear space on my computer. But I did have it on footage where the dude goes, he's up on the right side, they're up on the right side on the hill, and then we immediately just start getting shot at through brush. Like they can't see us, they just start shooting at the right side of the hill. And it was just so ridiculous. We ended up clearing that contact though anyway, a bunch of plebs, we killed him anyway. So that was just Buckler. That whole time at Buckler was just pure cancer. And then came the assault of the city. We kind of went down from Buckler. It was kind of like the last assault. I think there was supposed to be one more kind of like assault after that, but everybody ended up walking off the field after it because of what happened. So pretty much we came down the hill, and there's the jail. All right. So we come down the hill from the slums, I believe it is. And we're on, Wyatt and Gage are up on the truck thing.
Yeah, they're broken down.
And they're clearing out people in the city and stuff. And me, Pyatt, and Albright are shooting at people in the jail. And then we start taking full auto from some dude inside the jail. Like, so Pyatt and Albright get shot, and I was a medic, so I revived them. And like we got back up, and we shot the dude in the window. Like I know we killed the dude in the window. Like I know for sure I hit him. And so we start to push up more. I see a bunch of friendlies come through the building and clear the building. Like I saw friendlies after that point come out of the other side of the jail. So they went all the way through the jail. So we're up on the buildings of the city now. Like we've completely cleared out the city, and then magically we start getting full autoed from the jail behind us. Magically, the dude that was full autoing is back alive again. I don't know how he got revived, you know, since everybody was dead. So even if there was a medic, the medic couldn't have revived him or anything. We just get full autoed from the jail, which full auto isn't allowed in buildings. So the ref did go over there and like clear that up, but like just straight up, like they're just straight up cheating. Like, you know, they're cheating to cheat, and it's like the most scumbaggiest thing you can do. It's just ridiculous. So after that, pretty much our entire team walked off, and I don't even know what happened on the field after that. So I know we all just walked off because that was just ridiculous.
Yeah, the whole time I was like yelling at the like top of my lungs. I was like ref, like check it, like ref, check it, and I'm just yelling, and I go nice, and I'm calling them out by names, and I'm not gonna say their names, but I'm calling each member out that I'm witnessing out by name. That you're like, I'm like, hey, you are cheating. Like, hey, you are shooting within 10 feet. Like, hey, you are shooting inside a building. Like, quit cheating. Like, you know, and then I took it to Facebook, and I probably shouldn't have, but they ended up deleting all my messages anyway. And they were like, I called them out on it, and I was like, you guys have been playing at this field for what, like longer than me? You know, some of the older members. and most of the team is still all like older members. Like they're not like younger kids that are new to the community or new to Warden. Most of them are like Warden regulars who are like turned into SRT garbage. Like like I called them out. I was like, hey, like why were you full autoing all day? And they're like, oh, like we always play full auto everywhere. And I'm like, why were you full autoing inside buildings? And they're like, oh, we play CQB at 420 FPS with full auto only.
Yeah, that was the most retarded thing to send back.
And I'm like, okay, so just because what you do in your backyard, which is what they do, what you do in your backyard doesn't apply to what goes on at Warden. Like, Warden has rules, and there's reasons why they have rules. It's probably because they're insurance. Like, it's probably, well, that and, let's face it, like, Todd, and Warden base most of their, like, rules off of, like, Lion Claws, and that's because the owner of Warden loves Lion Claws. Like, that's the only Milsim event he goes to. Like, we told him we went to Milsim West, and he, like, shunned us. He's like, I don't agree with Milsim West. I don't like blank fires. I mean, but he did everything that he said he disliked about Milsim West. He did back it up with some logic on why he didn't like it. But like, I was just like, you know, his was it takes one bullet, you know, like one real bullet. But it's like, yeah, you're right. But if it's that one bullet, you know, destiny will come. You know,
oh yeah, I wouldn't even be upset if I got shot. Like, what are the chances of it actually killing you anyway?
Pretty high. It's
like, let's be honest,
pretty high, honestly.
Yo, are the dudes at Milsim West actually aiming their blank fires?
You're right.
No way. There's no way you actually aim.
Bullshit. Jim Henson. Oh my god. He was blank firing over my body when we were on that ridge and we ended up falling back. He was blank firing over my body yelling, "Oh, if this is fucking real, I would have just got that dude." Like, but, okay, I'm dead serious.
You know what I mean? Like, when people are just dumping, like, most of the time, how many of them are actually aiming? Like, you're just shooting in a direction.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, whenever we were assaulting up on the hill, and the dudes, they just got the full auto Glock. Well, it's not like whatever. It's the Russians one full auto, whatever, and they just start dumping that. Like, and they're way off. They're all the way over on the left. They just know they're shooting, and they just start shooting. Like, come on now. What are the chances?
You're right.
If I get hit by a real bullet at Milsom West,
it's destiny.
Cool with that. I'm cool with that. I mean, I almost died anyway, so.
Yeah, you're right, piss boy.
I
mean, I had equal amount of cancer. Like when it was my turn to go up to Buckler. Like when you and Bert were up there, and that was like the second assault or some shit. Oh, I lost it. I lost it because SRT dudes were like bunkered down, and they were just like instantly reviving and dragging each other, and I'm watching them ping off of their masks and off their helmets, and like when I got a couple of them to call their hits, I was like, huh, fuck it, and I just like I charged outside of my building, and I charged at their position, and all of them were dead, and I almost barrel stuffed one of the dudes because I ran full speed, and like I barrel.
Which isn't very fast, by the way.
You're gonna hurt my feelings.
That's messed up.
That is messed up. Hunter's a fellow fat body, and he takes offense to that.
I do.
All right, go on.
Even though I caught Tice.
Yeah. Long story short,
okay.
Like I came around the corner, and the dude's like, "Don't shoot me, I'm hit." And he didn't even have his dead rag on. I was like, "Oh my god, I just should have shot him," because he didn't call his hit the rest of the day. Oh, and then like 2 SRT came up, like just like walking up from the mosque, and like I saw like I was like, "Oh, those are green," so I just started like shooting him, and like the first dude I shot, he like immediately pulled his gun up and shot in a different direction away from me, because he just knew like my team was in that direction, but he didn't know where I was. And so I was just like, I started shooting him, and the second dude, he starts running, and I'm just hitting him in the back. I'm peppering him up in the back. It took him like 20 feet to call it, and then I went back to the dude shooting in the wrong direction, and I just laced his face. I didn't even care.
there was one point where all three of us were in that one building, and the one dude ran back to grab his teammate and try to revive him. Oh my god. That dude's back was probably, I feel bad, but he never caught his hit, so it couldn't have hurt that bad.
You right.
I mean, you never kill all of them.
No, you never do, and that's the truth. You never kill all of them. Like me and Gage, it took Gage like honestly a 10-minute firefight that should have lasted 2 minutes because like everyone knows it's three brothers on the team. It's the oldest brother. He wouldn't call his hit. He just wouldn't. He saw everyone on it, like 6 SRT dudes went down. I killed 2, Hunter killed 2, some random guy killed 1, and Hunter's peppering him. I'm hearing the BB's
Gage.
hit. Or, my bad. Yeah, Gage. Gage is peppering him with his M27, which, by the way, he was allowed to have full auto because it was an M27. And so he's peppering him. And I just hear, rip, 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 and just thwack, 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 thwack. And he's like looking around, and then he just sprays and Gage's general direction. And so I'm dead, and I'm like 5 feet from the dude, and I put my hand on my hips, and I lean in looking at him, and he like makes eye contact with me, and then you hear Gage go rip, and then it hits him like right in the goggle, and he like looks at me like deeper, like we almost like soul connected, but like it would be for me looking into the gates of hell because he's a cheater, and like he eventually called it because he knew like he got hit and I was watching, and I was about to call him out, like I was all about to raise my finger towards him like you got hit.
I think in that same spot is actually like when we were on the right side, the furthest right side of the field when you walk in, like down the hill.
No.
All right,
No,
but
it's
okay.
the
So when you
furthest
first
left on the
walk
goat
in
trail.
field, on the right side, the most right side of the field from staging.
Oh
you're kinda
yeah,
down on that side, right?
yeah, right in the beginning of scenario 2.
Me and Nathan are kind of in the back, and these two, like, I know exactly who the two. Well, I know exactly who one of them was. I don't know who the other one was, but I know who the one is, right? And they're on SRT. They run down the road, and we're lacing them as they go down the road. They end up stopping once they get kind of further down, and like I laid into them when they were stopped. They started looking around trying to figure out where they're getting hit from. Like, they can't see us, so we probably can't see the BBs hitting them, but like you can see the BBs hitting them, and you can definitely hear the BBs, like clear as day, some of the BBs. And so I remember then laying into the two dudes, like I was really laying it down. And the dudes go, really, we're hit. And, after, they got shot up after they finally decided to call their hit. But they never said hit. They go, really, we're hit. Like, but they never called a hit or never pulled out a dead rag before that. So, I don't care. And so then they're walking back and they're like, you guys are in our spawn. And we're like right when you walk onto the field. There's the whole field. Where is their spawn that they are talking about? Were they spawning at Blackwatch?
No, but
Or are they talking about like and also they walked right back to respawn without bleeding out. When there is a bleed out. Like
it's a
you have to
5-minute
wait a
bleed
certain
out.
amount of time to bleed out.
I think the only time you don't have to wait to bleed out is if you had all the knots. At least that's how it was explained to me. Like if you lose all your knots. Either way, the medical system for Warden, this is a huge gripe. Warden, get a better medical system. I'm dead serious. Like, just do what I did with my first op at Assault. Just like buy cheap cloth, cut it into 3-foot sections, and use that as bandages. It's so much better. It really is than dicking around with knots. I lost 2 of my strings. No joke. And I had them like double knotted, super tight on my backpack, but I lost 2 of them. And like
there was a lot of people that lost their actual knot.
And like it's so easy to cheat it. Like all you have to do is look around and see if there's a ref knot there, and you can just retie a knot if you wanted to cheat. Where like a bandage, if you got that tied on pretty tight, like it's kind of hard to get it off with one hand. Or it's just more visual. Like you can visually see as a ref, like walking around, You can visually see that someone has a bandage on their, arm, and if they don't go back to regen, and you see them again without a bandage, you can be like, oh hey, like go back to regen, like you just had your bandage on like 5 minutes ago when I saw you. Like that's so much easier than like, oh, let me count all them knots you got on that little red string. And if you're looking, so if you're looking at Gage is the center guy. You see that little red string hanging off his belt. That's our respawn. That's our medic rules. There's basically like 3 knots tied in it, and a medic has to untie one of them, and then you're back in.
Which I had to take my gloves off because I could not untie those knots.
Yeah, not to mention like it kind of requires the knot to be in a single place. So like, like going to Milsom West, I like the reenacting your hit, like just falling down to the ground and throwing a red rag on. Like I like that,
I never did that once.
I did it. Because I was not like reenacting like, oh, I'm hitting the leg. That's like too much. Like there was one kid at the final assault of Balcar who was just like, he was just spouting shit off. Like he's like, broken arrow, and he's like making radio noises and like choking on blood. And I'm like, yeah, like for immersion, if you're into that, that's pretty cool. But like, shut the fuck up. Like you sound autistic.
We're playing airsoft. That's probably the biggest thing I dislike about Milsom West. Like I understand that's a thing. It's just, I don't know. I guess it's not me. Like a lot of people want to be like, oh, you don't want to play airsoft. You want to be doing Milsom. You want to get into it. Like no, I want to play airsoft. I'm sorry. I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
Like, and that's why I will go down to the ground because it makes you small. It gets you out of the fire. Like literally when I called my hit at Balcar Ridge and laid down, I never got shot again. I'm dead serious. And I would lay still, and my gun would be out of my hand and my head would be down in the dirt, and I would never get shot again. And like I like that, and I like the bandage rule because you can then walk up and you have either arm, so no matter which way you approach on the body, you have an equal opportunity to get to an arm and tie that shit up. Where like if someone's laying down on their stomach and their fucking knots on their chest, well, you have to roll that motherfucker over and untie the knot. And it's like cringe.
Oh yeah, to be honest, like how many of us actually like made the person get the tourniquet from him? Like, I remember I went to revive Brian, and he, like, before I even got to him, he just handed me his tourniquet already, like, wrapped up, ready to go.
Well, I was trying to revive Brendan Maitland because he was the closest person to me. That was a dumb idea. I should have just let him bleed out, but he had like 3 layers of clothes on. He had his tourniquet on his combat shirt, and then on top of that he had a fleece jacket, and then on top of that he had his shitty champion gray windbreaker. And so like I'm like rooting through like 4 layers of clothing, well, no, 3 layers of clothing, looking for his tourniquet. And as soon as I get my hand on the tourniquet inside his clothes, I got hit. And so I pulled my hand out of his sweaty autistic body, and I was like, and I like wiping it on him, and I'm like, fucking gross. Like he's so sweaty.
So you're saying Brandon Maitland's your best friend?
Table tennis, getting sweaty in table tennis, bro. I'll beat any nigga in table tennis. I'll tell you right now.
Oh, that's my brother, Louis. I legit have a table. Well, I have a table tennis like set that you just like hook onto the fucking table. Like the net just like extends out. I'll play you anytime. Next time you're in town.
Any day.
Yeah. Are you back in town? 'Cause if you back in town, I'll play you. I'll play you tomorrow after I get back from airsoft. But
yeah, we're gonna go play a real man sport. We're gonna get welts.
Oof. Chill.
What?
Ever since
it's like I ain't gonna get no welts. I don't get hit.
Ever since you never call your hit.
Bet.
Oh, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
It's just prank.
Just prank. But that whole like overshooting, that actually takes us into our next topic. It's a shitty segue considering we fucking tangented off into table tennis, but like that does take us to our next topic, and that's like overshooting. And I know we've touched on it on like episode 1, but I think it needs to be
straight up. All right, let me tell you
Yeah.
what's going on. All right, so lately just everywhere I've gone and played, overshooting. People complain about overshooting so much. People complain about people's guns shooting so fast. Like so pretty much Jared, okay? He runs his gun at like 40 rounds per second. And everywhere we go, people complain about him running his gun in full auto and them getting overshot by him. But I have not once seen somebody get legitimately overshot by Jared. Let me tell you what overshooting is, all right? Overshooting is when somebody, they know you're dead and they're shooting you to hurt you and cause pain to you on purpose, you know? Because maybe they have beef or maybe they're just a douchebag, whatever. They're shooting you on purpose after they know you're dead, or, you know, if they catch you off guard and shoot you a bunch when you're alive on purpose, you know? They're doing it to hurt you on purpose, you know? Think about it. So Jared is using 40 rounds per second. Say he actually holds down the trigger for a full second. Like, a second isn't super fast like a lot of people just think subconsciously. Like, when you just subconsciously like, oh, that was like a whole second, you know, I don't know. I mean, when you just think about a second, you think about it being super short. But really, it's a decently long amount of time compared to how fast some things are. But anyway, let's say he actually holds his trigger down for a whole second, like a whole 1001. All right. So it's 40 BBs. How many of those BBs are going to get ate up by brush, first of all? I'm going to say about half. Just, you know, we'll say like half of them get ate up by brush. And then after that, how many of them are going to be accurate and completely on target? Jared's guns, they're super souped up. Jared's a god, you know? Like, he works on all our guns. Like, the dude's a god. So, whatever. We'll say like 15 actually are accurate and on target. Then, how many of them is the person actually going to feel? This is like worst case scenario. Somebody eats 15 out of that 40. Like, at no point is somebody probably going to get hit with more than 15. And they might feel 10 of them out of 15. Like, and how many of those are going to hurt enough to, you know, trigger you enough to start throwing a fit? I mean, it's ridiculous. I think that's what's killing airsoft more than absolutely anything. People complaining about being overshot, but not understanding what overshooting really is. So, like, say, how many times have we been playing? Somebody will be hit. You won't even have to shoot them. You'll be shooting at somebody else nearby them, and they will throw a fit that you're overshooting them because they think you're shooting at them.
Oh.
Even though they're not even getting hit. They just think you're shooting at them, and just the subconscious thought, like, triggers them that they're getting shot at. Or just, you'll shoot, like, all the time, somebody will be walking back, and, you know, I won't see the dead rag right away. Or, you know, they'll be up on the gun as they're walking back, and, you know, you don't realize that they're dead right away. And then you shoot them one time, like, usually, you know, you'll catch them off guard because they're not still in the fight, you know, they're walking back. So usually you're catching them off guard. And so I'll only shoot him once. And I'll shoot him once, and the dude, like, so many times people will turn around and get so salty. They'll be like, really, dude? Are you kidding me? Why would you do something like that? And I'm just, you know, I feel bad. I'm like, I'm sorry. But, like, what do you want me to say? I think, honestly, if you can't, like, if you have such a problem with getting overshot, you're one of those people that throw a fit every time. Like, I'll be honest, I've probably had a fit about getting overshot, and I'm wrong. Like, you know, I just what are all these pictures?
I'm trying to get to your Mark 18 saw one.
So, like, if you don't want to get shot after you're dead, like, go out of your way to make sure people know you're dead. I think the best thing you can do, you get your hands off the gun, you can have it dropped and slung, get your hands in the air. Because think about it. If you're coming into a room, for example, are you looking to see if the dude has a dead rag on first, or are you looking to see if the gun's up in his hands pointed at you? Because if the gun, like the dude that was laying on the ground, if you still have your gun up, I'm not going to just assume you're dead and let you burn me. That doesn't make any sense. Like the SRT dudes, you know, some people don't call their hits. Some people don't feel it. Like you have to make it blatantly obvious that you are hit. You need to, the best thing you can do is change your behavior. You need to change from being in the game to being out of the game and looking like you're out of the game. Have your gun down, have your hands up, get your dead rag out, like be loud about calling hits. People will not even call their hit. They'll just kind of wave their hand and then have a fit when people shoot them because they don't know they're dead. How is that a thing? That it doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't to me. And
yeah, like I do the wave thing. Like I do the wave thing. It's just because I don't want to yell. Like I don't want to raise my voice. If
I just wave and I get hit, I'm not gonna be upset that I got hit.
Yeah.
Like it happens a lot. I get shot a lot, and I think I'm pretty good with it. I think I just don't care. You know, I won't care if I get shot more. Sometimes, you know, I'll probably just be in the moment and get upset. But there's some people that they're so over the top about it.
They
and
go out of their
ruins
way.
other people's fun. And I think it's almost from some of the airsoft YouTubers, some of the bigger people in the community, like they love to complain about getting overshot. Like, I don't know, it's just like the norm. And I feel like it's the majority of players. So I feel like people just have to cater to the majority, and it's killing the sport for a lot of people. And there just shouldn't be, people just need to understand when you come to a field, like when you go out to play airsoft, you get all dressed up in your gear, you have your BB gun, your toy gun, you need to realize that you're going to get shot. Sometimes you're going to get shot. It's plastic BBs. Sure, they hurt, all right? But people's feelings get so hurt about being hit by a BB, all right? That's why I say, like, I just want to play airsoft. I don't want to reenact being in the military because people think there's some kind of Navy SEAL and they take it so seriously. Like, I'm not talking about taking it serious as wanting to be, like, good at the game. Like, taking it serious in that way is a good thing. Taking it serious, like, you know, somebody shoots you a few times and getting so upset about it, like, there's no reason to get that upset about it. It's just ridiculous. It's dumb. And that's my biggest gripe about it, is just people need to not take it so seriously. Like, you're not getting shot by a real gun, and people almost act like it. Like Brendan Maitland, like straight up at Milsom West, he got shot once because he was like rolling around on the ground and kind of moved his head right into somebody's line of fire and got shot. He got shot in the face. That's his own fault. And he screeched. He like started screaming. Like, that's on you anyway. And you got shot once. The dude didn't shoot you on purpose. Why would you get so upset about something like that? It's ridiculous.
I put my blame on the Burnham. He bit my pitch. I mean, like, to be honest, I put
that is overshooting.
Like, I put my blame on that video, and it's not because the guy shouldn't have done it. Like, that was a dumb decision on his part. But it just put this mindset in like almost every single airsofter's like head that someone is out to get you when you're on the field, like legitimately. And people don't make the connection that was an internal beef within like a team. Like, that wasn't just some random kid. That was like an internal beef with a kid on his team that he hasn't seen for months. And like, yeah, it's something stupid over a patch, but some people get super upsetty spaghetti about, or my favorite new
patches are expensive.
No, they ain't. But my favorite new word is upsketty. They get upsketty about patches. And they get upsketty about the dumbest little thing. And so yeah, this guy like burnt this kid. Like, he was like, burn. You know, like a whole mag into the back, but it was an internal beef. It wasn't some random kid. So like, now the random kids just go, oh no, stream health. Oh, there we go. Alright, it's back. Like, the kids, like, they're just like, oh my god, there's gonna be some kid with a polar star and he's gonna burn me. He's gonna burn me. No one's gonna burn you. Like, no.
I do understand that. Like, I used to think people with polar stars were like the scum of the earth. But then, like, as time went on, I realized, like, it's not that serious. Like, it's just YouTube and, like, the internet. Like, it's this fake like thought that it's just burning into people's minds, and it's, there's a word for it, I feel like, but
It's like hysteria.
it can't be blamed on polar stars. It really can't. It's just like videos like that. The dude, it's easy to shoot fast and stuff with a polar star. So I guess they're the prime suspect, you know? And like, it's just, I don't know.
I think just like worst airsoft cheaters and stuff like that. Like that just, yeah, you're gonna have a cheater, but like that person, like let's face it, that like people will like say like, oh, like he's a big old cheater. Like, yeah, but is he personally out to get you? Like, is that his personal goal? And like this goes into a tangent that I've said like over and over in like episodes and just in videos and in general, is that everyone cheats. Like, no matter who you are, what gear you have, how long you've been playing, what guns you have, whatever X is, that X variable is, it don't matter. Like, you will cheat. And like I could very well deliberately cheat tomorrow, and it's because we're human, and it's because we have that want and that ability to cheat and break the game, and because it's not like a video game where you know, like, oh, like Call of Duty where the dude shoots you like 5 times and that's how many times you gotta get hit to die. Like, you know, you can't cheat and go, well, you know, in my opinion that was only 4 shots. You know, you can't do that shit. You know, we're in airsoft, you know, you can shrug a hit because it's a game. It's a game based on honor, and you know, you're human and you want to win, and you have this, you know, subconscious ego, and it's the ability to beat that ego, and it's the ability to go, yeah, I fucked up. You know, I fucked up and someone got me good. And that's what makes a good airsofter, is being able to beat that ego in your head and beat that animal that's like, fucking just shrug it and burn that motherfucker. No, like, you need to be able to say, all right, I took the round, like, and this is like the new Octane thing. Every time we get burnt, every time we die in game, like, we now sit back and we reflect on that moment and what we could do better, and like, and take that time, take that walk back to respawn, regen, whatever the fuck you call it, and you know, understand and break down the steps that you took to getting killed, to getting that hit, and you know, break that shit down. And if it's because you stepped out in the open because you're a fucking moron, and I know you are, then be like, I'm not gonna step out in the fucking open again. You know, and that's just, the mindset is not there anymore, where people just go, you know, people just cheat because they can't beat that ego. And the one thing that I'm gonna look at is Jet the Desert Fox. He can't beat his ego. Like, he has to always be winning. You see his videos and you see him doing so well, but let's face it, the clicks on the camera it's not always his gear flopping around. You know for a fact in some of those damn missions he's taking hits. You know for a fact in some of the American Milsim videos he's taken a hit and fucking shrugged it off because he wants good fucking footage, and he wants to perpetuate the stigma that he's a good airsofter. You know, and you know, you'll see his open plays where he's getting killed by a kid. Well, you know what else? That's for views too. He fucking plays that shit up. And so, just, if you're playing on the field, take that fucking ego, take that little animal, and fucking put it in a cage, and just like, understand you're playing a game. Just like Ty said, you're playing a game. You're playing to get better. I hope you're playing to get better. I hope you're playing to enjoy it, have fun, and get better, and not just win every single time. Like, we don't, like, yeah, Octane wins a lot, and that's just because we practice and we observe and we break down the steps to doing perfect movements and doing perfect plays, you know. And again, that just comes down to playing the field a lot, you know, like a little bit of breakdown history. Like, we were regulars at certain fields and we would just know everything about that field, and yeah, like, that comes down to it. Like, we've practiced a lot. But another thing is that we have that mindset where we can break down steps and we can break down events and reflect on it. And also we understand that motherfuckers aren't out to get us. Like to bring this out of like dark like mental fucking motherfuckers are not out to get you. Like little Jimmy around the corner ain't out to get you and cheat on you. Like he's just here to play, you know, and he can get as frustrated as you are. So just give the motherfucker a chance and quit spawn camping him. You know what I mean? Like, just god damn it, people. It's a kid's game. But you're allowed to take it serious, but don't take it too serious. It's a fucking gray area. Get over it. I just repeated I repeated so many things like so many times, and I feel stupid for it. But I do think like I made a good point. You know what I mean? Like I made a good point. You know, defeat that fucking ego.
Repetition.
It is repetition. It's
Repetition's the way to get into somebody's mind and something to stick.
you know what I mean? Just fucking defeat that ego, boys. And you can do it with everything in life. And I mean, like, this is not like I'm gonna pump you guys up for life. Like, just defeat that fucking ego. Whatever you got that's like holding you static, fucking defeat it. You know, and it's gonna be your ego. 9 times out of 10, it's that ego. You know, you don't want to do something different because you've always done it and it's always worked. Well, guess what? Now it doesn't work. But you can't let it go. You know. What's the other topic we want to talk about? Because it moved from overshooting and like how to better yourself, not cheating. Was it? Do we want to go over? I don't know, but like yeah, like just better yourselves, dudes. Like I said, everyone's gonna cheat. I could cheat tomorrow. Tice could cheat tomorrow. Anyone at any field tomorrow can cheat. And you might do it deliberately, and it's because you think that you got cheated in that event. You know, you think you got cheated at that moment, or you got frustrated. But you gotta just be able to disconnect from that, you know, and accept reality.
Hello? Oh, okay.
I was wondering why you weren't talking.
So, yeah, I don't know. I think my microphone came unplugged. God, I had some juicy things to say. Well, first off, like, have you seen Jared's video of his MP5?
The fucking trigger plate where you can fit all 4 fingers on it?
Yeah.
It's pretty dank. I'm actually a fan of it.
Like, I know there's a comment on that video, or it might have been his Instagram post or something, but, like, people just get, like, he's not even playing, and people are salty at the fact that his gun can shoot that fast.
It's not even the fact that it shoots that fast. It's James's roommate. It's his roommate, and he's like, he gets so upsetty spaghetti because like it doesn't fit within the genre of airsoft that he's comfortable with. And I've been watching like Speedsoft videos too, like SpeedQB videos and shit, like, and like the comparison between that and Milsim. And one thing that I will agree with some of the videos I've said is that people in the Milsim like genre of airsoft tend to like shun Speed QB or tend to shun casual play. And that's not.
I don't think there should be that split. I don't think people should be focused on splitting it. Like Evike does a Speedsoft versus Milsim game. Like that's the most retarded. And there was a whole beef with that. Like there ended up being a huge fight. Like, what do you expect to happen? It's just, I think, and one thing I will give any kind of Speedsofter credit for, how many of them do you see, like, legitimately just complain about everything? Milsim people, they complain about everything.
Oh, yeah.
Every single thing.
People complain about getting bunkered in Milsim. Like, Speedsoft dudes, they go, fucking nice shit, dude. The only time they don't is like match point. That's the only time.
Yeah, when you're in the game, you know, if you're playing like being super intense, you know, like tournaments and stuff. Like I can understand getting salty and stuff, you know, showing emotion. But how many? I've never seen a Speedsofter throw a fit about getting overshot. Like, you know, like when they're not actually getting overshot.
Shit, their teams like burn them, like 3 dudes at a time will burn 1 dude. Like that's shit on a team. Like that's your buddies. It's your boys doing it to you.
Well, they just know like it's a 2-way road, like, you know, because everybody's it's like there's such a more even playing field because it's a lot tighter group of like type of play, I guess. Everybody kind of, where milsim, I guess you can have a lot more kind of ways you milsim.
Well, I mean, yeah. Because you are right. Like, the American milsim play is way different than, like, milsim West play. And
Well, I'm just talking about, think about the people at milsim. Like, think about how different they all are.
yeah, like, there's the super milsim guys, and there's, like, us, where we're, it's just airsoft.
And then think about, like, the speed soft, like the SYG videos and, the speed soft tournaments.
You can't think
see.
of any other teams, can you?
I don't know. I just know
Neither can I.
SYG is one. I don't know.
Neither
It's
can I.
not a huge thing. Like I said, it's really tight knit. I don't know. I don't even know how many teams there are.
Well,
I'm pretty sure it's SYG and everybody else. I don't know.
That's just because
They got a lot of heat.
Not the community, but just the play style, and it's a very specific play style. And it's the same thing with like paintball and like woods ball. Is like speedball is like a very specific style. There's rules that you have to adhere to, more than just like the golden rules of airsoft. Like don't be a dick. Call your fucking hits. And insurance rules. Where like you have to do so and so things in order to do so and so things, or round limits and points and shit and all that stuff. But overall, I mean, Speedsoft is just, and I'm looking at it from like a third person point of view, looking in. Like, I'm not a Speedsofter, and I'll admit it. Like, I have my moments where I'm a Speedsoft. It's just a joke though. But like Speedsoft just seems, and I'm not saying like that's where I'm gonna go. Like, that's not where that's my evolution. Like, because I love my shit. I love my kit. I love my plate carrier and my the night vision and the thermals and all that. Like, I like that. But Speedsoft just seems like the true king of airsoft. You know what I mean? Like, it's the truest version of airsoft that you will find in the United States. And that's just because that's what it is. It's, instead of it being a hobby or recreation or not recreation, because recreation is just a hobby, but reenactment, it's just airsoft but turned into a points-based sport.
Like, I think one of the big things Speedsofters have going for them, every single one of them knows what they're doing. They're playing airsoft. They don't think they're in the military. Like, they're not getting so like immersed. Like, I don't know. It's not my type of game to be immersed and pretend I'm in the military. That's why I think Speedsofters have just a huge edge over everybody else, because they understand they are playing a game more than any other group of players. Like, they know they're playing a game.
Yeah, for real. That's the truth.
When anything happens, let's say the thing that happened with the Milsim versus Speedsoft game, SYG caught some heat just by being like, "Hey, look at this sick clip," and it was the dude that ran up on him with the shotgun.
That was
the dude that shot the riot shield guy.
BQB's post.
All right,
that wasn't SYG's post.
Oh,
the dude with the riot shield, he's a faggot. Anybody that uses riot shield is a faggot. That's the gayest thing you can do in airsoft.
No, a clear
That's the
riot
gayest thing in airsoft.
A clear riot shield.
If
it's a real ballistic, I'll give you
Milsim,
shit.
you're trying to be immersed, dude. Bullets are going right through a clear riot shield. That's not an actual thing. Clear riot shields are for actual like riot control, like pushing people and defending yourself from like people throwing bottles at you. Are you kidding me? And then the dude gets shot in the side of the head. I mean, get over it. Like, it hurts.
That's
all right. Like, he throws a fit. Like the noise the dude makes, he falls to his knees. He's like, ah! And he's like, oh my god, how are you that?
No.
I don't understand why.
Like, I thought he was gonna cry.
No,
Yeah,
like,
that's
if you
just a
look
stupid
at it-
idea. I'm
No,
sorry,
but if
that's a
you look
stupid
at it-
idea.
But look at it.
No.
like, they
No.
literally-
I'm going to all the wrong pictures.
They literally had distance rules. So like him being that close was against the rules, but like
It
that's
doesn't
kind
even
of what
matter.
Speedsoft's about.
There's a 10-foot MED, like, oh well, you got shot from probably like maybe 6 feet at the closest.
Well, no,
Get
it's not. It's
over
not
it.
that. It's just the fact that like it was kind of stupid. They had that rule in place because I mean,
Yeah,
like,
that's a dumb
not
rule
what
no matter
airsoft
what.
is getting
I
close.
just, like I said, I hate the MED. I hate the bang bang rule. And apparently, you know, like if you look at it from the one dude's perspective, or like, you know, he claims that they were shooting him that close and whatever, you know. They don't show that in the video. It doesn't matter. Like, there's no reason to have that much of a fit because some dude with a spring shotgun shot you once. Like, I'm sure, you know, like, I looked at the dude's Instagram. It probably shoots pretty good. Probably shoots pretty hard. But get over it. Like, he fell to the ground and he, like, moaned. Like, I thought he was going to cry. He's like, ah! Like, he got shot by an actual bullet. Like, something you'd hear, like, if somebody gets shot, like, with an actual bullet and fall to the ground. That's almost like how he was. That I just think that's ridiculous.
I don't know. I kind of seen it as like I thought it was kind of funny that as soon as like sorry, I thought it was SYG, but it was Speed QB. As soon as they posted that, it was like a horde of comments. Like
Oh,
they
yeah. All the
literally
comments
went
were back
in.
and forth.
They went
People were just back and forth about, oh, well, Milsim's gay because of this. Oh, well, Speedsaw's gay because of this. Like,
it's a sport.
it shouldn't.
It's the same
It's
sport.
guess what? We're all playing airsoft with toy guns. Like, at least it like I don't know. I just think it's so dumb.
If you
I don't
ain't
know.
there to get hit, why you playing?
People complaining and having fits about getting overshot is just ridiculous.
I think I think that airsoft fields should
I think that they should segregate Speedsoft and Milsim.
wrong. I think
I don't
think
know
it
about
should be
that.
I think it should be forced like was it I don't even know what non-segregation. I don't know what the actual term is.
Desegregating the sport.
Yeah, desegregate the sport, force everyone to play together. And same thing with Polar Stars. Like, if you have that hot of an issue about Polar Stars, set an RPS limit. Like, really. And guess what? Most Polar Stars, like, most decent people with all decent people with Polar Stars. There's, like, very few. And it's mostly the dudes that go to SC Viper in California who just want to, like, burn people after
They
watching the
play
burn.
a different type of game over there. Like, it's just there's people that, you know, it's just hooligans.
Yeah.
But I think an RPS limit is just stupid. I think there's already a rule in place. It's called not overshooting.
Yeah.
And if you don't get overshot, how can you complain about an RPS limit? If somebody's shooting 80 rounds a second, like if you hear somebody shooting 50 rounds a second, maybe instead of thinking about, wow, this dude's a douchebag, he's going to shoot the crap out of me, maybe you should think, oh, I really don't want to get hit with that. Maybe I should avoid, you know, or kill the person, you know, or maybe like, oh man, I got shot a bunch with one of them Polar Star by one of them dudes with a Polar Star. Maybe you should put in the work and practice to next time be able to you kill him before he can kill you if that's such a problem. And I really think there's no reason for any RPS rules just because there's already a rule, and it's the don't overshoot rule. Like, every field has, like, you know, whether it's just don't be a douchebag rule, don't overshoot. It's as simple as that. Like, if you're not overshooting people, there's no problem. The problem is people on the receiving side, like, having a fit about getting overshot when really they're not even getting overshot. That's the problem, I think, more than anything. Because if people would just realize that it's a game and not throw a fit, there would be no problem in the first place. Like,
Yeah, you're right.
if you're putting in the work to make your gun shoot 40 BBs a second, you deserve to run 40 BBs a second. If you're overshooting people with 40 BBs a second, you're a douchebag and breaking rules if you're actually overshooting people. You can use 40 rounds per second and not overshoot people easily. Like, honestly, the one weekend at Warden, people were having fits about us overshooting people. I never saw Jared shoot somebody full auto within, what, like
100 feet.
80 feet. Yeah, I'd
Easily.
say 80 feet at the minimum, like right off the bat. Like, and that's uphill. Like, I remember right off the bat, there was a huge group of them just running across the hill. Like, they were at least 80 feet away. I don't know. Like you said earlier, I don't even know how long a foot is, so.
Yeah, you're right. Like, and even like at 80 feet, like 400 FPS, which is like I think
Which
that's
Jared does not run 40.
no, he
400
runs
FPS.
he runs
like
green tag, so
like
it's
330 maybe is what he actually runs. Like,
Yeah,
come on.
and their green tag limit is like 365. That's the top, and Jared
People,
don't run
like,
that.
if BBs hurt you that bad, you shouldn't be playing airsoft.
But like at 80 feet, dude, it's like a fucking tap. It ain't like it's nothing. Like, to be honest, I've probably never really gotten a welt from playing airsoft since I stopped playing indoor. Like, I've probably gotten like light marks, but not like a full blown welt. I've never even gotten broken skin from playing airsoft.
Yeah,
And
I
that-
mean, Polar Stars hold their, they do a lot better job at not losing FPS so fast just because of the puffet of air that the BB almost rides. So it has like almost another 20 feet that air is pushing it still. So it holds its FPS a lot more, like, but still, it's just, there's no way that it hurts that bad. People need to get over it.
No, I don't. I mean, I really don't. I think the big thing about like I don't even know where I'm going with this. I feel like a moron. I legitimately don't.
You just want to move on, finish it up? Oh, Hunter. Make that the picture on the stream right now.
Yes, do it. Actually, no. Let me do the other one.
Where's
That's the
better.
picture you pop up trying to sell his gun.
Right. I'm not selling
All
it
right,
anymore.
so,
by the way. Unless if
we'll
somebody
just say rant over, like, you're playing airsoft, quit being a pussy. Simple as that.
we need to do. Are we gonna do announcements?
No, I'm gonna talk about, the other 2 weekends that we played. You didn't play those weekends, so that's
Yeah,
why.
I don't really have anything else.
Yeah,
to
we
say
went
about
to, so then the next 2 weekends, so last weekend and the weekend before, the first weekend we went to Assault Airsoft Outdoor, and the second weekend we went to Assault Airsoft Indoor. Assault Airsoft Outdoor, ooh, it was a hot day. Ooh, the creek was refreshing, my dude. That we had a blast, dude. We were just playing in the creek, right? So, like, I don't want to get my shirt wet because it was the only shirt I brought. I brought extra shorts. I didn't even end up changing into the shorts, but I was like yellow, but whatever. So we were down, like, we were waiting for a game where we could just go in the creek, right? And the one game we played Capture the Flag, I think. We were like, yeah, you guys go that way. We're going to go look for the flag down here in the creek. So we went straight to the creek and basically just went swimming. Like, we went to the deepest part, and Jared had it on his Snapchat. I don't know if he saved the video, but me and Minnie, we were completely underwater, right? And we just rose up out of the water, and we were straight Navy SEALs that time, bro. We were Navy SEALs, right?
you didn't
And
like
I have-
immersion.
I'm playing with my shirt off, right? Like, I have my shirt off because I'm swimming, and I got hit by a single BB in the back out of nowhere. And after that happened, everybody just started shooting in the direction, like they were trying to avenge me. That's what's up. But that was a blast.
I would have
like-
laughed. You scrawny
like-
bitch.
The picture of me just shirtless in the
Yeah,
water,
it's
that's
right-
dope.
It's right now on the fucking. It looks like some like nom shit where like it's just like fucking boys just hanging out in the fucking creek. The Viet Cong are just hanging out watching you guys.
Yeah, they
About
were
to
too.
start.
The dude sniped me in the back.
It's probably James. Revenge on the one time we just
Yeah,
burned
all
him
the
in
way
the valley.
from Utah.
No, I'm
Oh
talking,
no,
talking
he's
about
getting
Shumble.
revenge for all those times at indoor.
Oh yeah. I'm here.
James is such a funny dude. I feel bad for James because James legitimately does get shot more than anybody else when he's dead. Like I've he's not getting overshot, and he never calls it overshooting. But like people will accidentally shoot him just because they're dumb. once
Yeah,
he's hit. And
it's so
I don't know.
it's so
I've
fun.
seen that happen to him so many times. It's ridiculous.
It's just he
He's-
comes
he's
around
hilarious.
corners and he'll like come around like 4 different corners and get shot all 4 times when he comes around a corner, and he's always coming around like dead man walk, and he always gets that one like 12-year-old who's never played and just jumps at everything.
Yeah. And then we went to the indoor field. All my guns broke.
What's the name of the indoor field?
Solid Airsoft Indoor.
There you go. We got 7 people
Um,
watching. Who's watching? Let me check the.
A whole 7? This is like
Yeah,
the most
so-
we ever
Not
had.
me.
Oh, wow,
it
dude.
won't give me the participants. I won't say it.
Yeah, I won't show it. I don't know. Yeah, but we went to the indoor field. Well, okay, so the outdoor field was Minnie, Jared, me, Gage, Devin.
Oh, hey, I got
I feel like there was somebody else.
We got a picture of it
No, I
somewhere.
guess it was just us.
Let me pull the picture up.
And then the indoor field was Devin, Gage, me, Brandon showed up. Brandon didn't have any air, right? So this dude played with a Springer the whole time. And he stole a fidget spinner from his cousin or something. So like my gun broke, so I was running around with a fidget spinner at one point and throwing BBs. Like I was spinning my spinner in one hand and throwing BBs.
Ew.
But I don't know, like it was like just ended up running into a few cheaters that day. Well, I didn't. Like I really didn't have any problems with people cheating that day, but I guess Gage said like there was some dude like he just came through and like kind of ruined it for everybody. Sean, you know Sean.
Yeah,
Like gun
Sean.
collector Sean and Rob.
Sean
Sean,
and Rob.
ooh, he got me good like 3 times the same way. He would throw the grenade, and then the one time he threw the grenade, and the grenade actually blew up, right? And the one time he throws a grenade and just comes in, blops me with the pistol, man. He did the same thing again. Like, oh, like I got burnt so many times.
What's the sound effect?
He's a blah blah. That's how he's a blah blah blah. That's how it sounded exactly. I have PTSD from it. Ain't no joke. Crazy, nigga.
It's gonna be my life goal to make my pistol sound like that.
Just carry a speaker around and just play Tyson's voice.
Now I'm gonna run a megaphone.
Have you seen the megaphone Easter egg where you can put a megaphone and a megaphone and a megaphone?
Oh,
and
you
it
mean like
just
that one
gets
Simpsons
unlimited?
episode?
Have you seen?
No.
There's this one video where the dude lines up a bunch of megaphones in a circle, and he yells into one or something, and it just keeps going around. Insane, dude.
You're saying? Why you gotta say stuff like that?
Let's talk about the LMG game.
Oh yeah. I showed the stream yours. No, that's my. That's your LMG. Where's my LMG at?
Straight up.
Joe
let's be
Biden.
honest,
Joe
my LMG is
Biden.
way better.
No, boy, mine's like legit.
Ooh, look.
Oh, we're
Hi-
bringing in a
Hi, you
special
better stop.
guest. He has diabetes, so go easy on him.
Oof.
Introducing Pyatt. He was on the last stream. He's a faggot. He's fat. All right, welcome, Pyatt.
And he's been begging for the past hour and 20 minutes to be
Yeah,
on.
Oh, yeah.
if you've seen the audience channel, he's been waiting patiently to get added. So whatever, we'll be nice. We'll let
Thanks,
him
Pop.
get his time to shine.
Let's see if,
All right,
let's see if
anyway.
anyone watching. Anyone watching, if you got an LMG, hit up what model you got in the chat.
Like the Mark 46 is dope, dude.
Yeah. The
To
Mark
be honest,
46
it's
is
Definitely like
It's the most like diverse.
like at
Mark
Milsom West,
48.
Ronan's Mark,
Stoner.
Oh
Stoner.
my god, nigga, the Stoner 63, dude, that was a dope setup. Like, ooh, it just looked good. Like, just a gun that just isn't supposed to have attachments on it has attachments on it. Like, that's kind of what I try to go for with the PEC box, zip tied to my barrel.
Hang
Like,
on,
if
let
you
me.
see my
There we go.
I like to buy wooden AKs and
So
tape flashlights.
like, I love the setup. I didn't get to play with it last weekend because
let me rotate this for you guys.
like there's no full auto at the indoor field, but like the one problem I did have with it right off the bat, the one connector pulled off of the micro switch, so I had to like reconnect that, and I had to like pinch it, whatever. I'm pretty much a tech, you know. So yeah, but that's my setup on screen right now. I got the like T1 style sight on top. I got the CTR stock on the back.
What
I
are you
got the
talking
PEC
about?
box up front.
I'm pretty sure that's butter setup.
No.
Are you stupid? Or stupid?
I'm kidding. I'm
I
kidding.
think you're
Your
stupid.
life is garbage.
I'm definitely gonna paint it soon, just cause I don't know. I want to definitely paint it, but I like the setup. I like how it feels. You know, it's a heavy Sunwood gun, but I definitely like how it feels in the hand and with the PEC box and having the T1 still. So since I have my T1 on my Mark 46, I put the EOTech back on the Mark 18. Oh my god, dude. Like, the EOTech's so nice. It's just so OG. Like, I just leave it on. What happened was, so I put my T1 on my Mark 46, right? So I pulled my EOTech out and put it on my gun. The EOTech's been on since the last time I used it. How long was that? That was a good, like, couple months. I've left the thing on. It hasn't even started to get darker yet. Like, I don't know. The EOTech's ridiculous. Thing's a goat.
Might as well be a real EOTech.
Yeah, it's got trademarks. It must be a real EOTech.
A really fake one.
Yeah, you're right.
I might have to cock. the
We're
D
playing
version.
airsoft. I ain't buying a real sight for my fake gun. Especially not when my fake one's so dope.
I like that new upper you got. What kind of spray paint is that? Is it the pot leaf spray?
That's hot leaf camo.
It looks exactly like Zach did that. Like tried to do a pot leaf camo.
He got it like that. Well, Billy got it like that, and then Zach got it from Billy. But that is an OG upper. I believe that's actually from one of the rental guns from Viper.
That's someone definitely hit that with some spray paint. Like they grabbed some like random leaves and just like.
Yeah.
That's definitely not pot leaves, but it's definitely like fucking random vegetation.
Yeah, it's just the pot leaf. It's the joke, you know. Oh yeah, there's the broken word end sticker.
Oh yeah, broken word end sticker.
Hey, you swapped your upper.
Yeah, my other one was broken half. Sorry, fam.
Didn't you did you spray your lower tan, just your lower tan, and then your upper was black?
Yeah, my upper was black.
Yeah. There's actually there's like a story behind why that shit happened, like why that style is popular, like the tan lower with the black upper with the Mark 18 rail. Yeah, I'm just gonna fucking say it. So like the reason why, and I'm gonna make it quick. The Iraqi war, like a lot of the Navy SEALs and like the DevGru shit, and like all the SOF people, they were running the Mark 18 Mod Zeros, like the OG Mark 18s with the triangle front sights. And they were painting them like tan and shit because it's like the desert and it's in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, so blend in. And the military started issuing the new Mark 18s, and like they were just sending the Mark 18 rails overseas with the new uppers, with the new Colt uppers, because that's how Daniel Defense got the contract. Is like, oh, like we'll just mount these to your Colt uppers and whatnot, and that's the new setup. And so they shipped over the new Mark 18s over to Iraq. So like when the dudes got them, they were just like, fuck it, like I'm not repainting this shit. And they just like slapped on a brand new Colt upper with a Mark 18 rail, and they have that tan lower. So that's actually why that look is so popular and why it's like iconic with the
My
Mark
gun
18s.
got so much paint worn off at Milsom West. Like I remember I was just throwing the gun, dude, just trying to scratch it up. Then I just go to Milsom West, get soaking wet, it just is coming off. It's a good look.
Yeah, like you're wear the thing is it's authentic. Like people go, "Oh, like nice wear down, dude." Like, nah, bro. Like It's authentic. Look at that fucking
Yeah, the only places I wore were like the indentions. Like, so I did wear the frame or where the upper meets the lower, like that line. And it didn't come out very good. But then, so if you look where the mag release is, where that's kind of embossed, I don't know.
You mean risen up, like the
Yeah,
little
where it's
circle?
risen up. I wore that down.
That's not even a place where it would get worn. You don't put your fucking thumb on that. Like, that's not.
Well, it sticks out. So my thought behind it was like, if you're running into like brush or something, that's gonna get hit more than everything else. I don't know.
No,
I don't know.
just be like me, dude. I'm just gonna let that shit. I'm gonna take the Garand thumb effect. Just paint it and just run it.
I didn't know how well it was gonna wear off, and I wanted to look fast. Like, I have a picture of it when I originally did it, and you know, that wear, like 99% of it's authentic.
Yeah, this one's all authentic. Like, look at that stock wear, boy.
Oh yeah, the stock. Oh, that plastic wore off so nice at Wilson was.
Yeah, that boy good. I forgot to tape my solar panel on my fucking or my Holosun, so
Rip.
it's fine. The fucking solar panel got shot anyways.
How?
I don't fucking know. Like, literally, it was when Jake ran mine and got my first one shot out, and like I played with it like the following weekend, and then the solar panel got shot out. It still works. I mean, it don't work no more. There's spray paint over it, but I don't really care. I use the battery power anyways because I like the consistency of the dot, as opposed to. I'm gonna go back to my guns. Where's my guns at? That's my face. I don't want that SRT shit.
Where the solar panel was broken, I thought you said you liked leaving it on and using the solar panel.
Well, it's always on using the solar panel, but it changes because it doesn't store any energy. It just powers the optic using the solar panel. Like, there's like no internal battery. So if it's bright out, the solar panel stays, or the dot stays on. But if it goes dark, like, it doesn't like stay on. It just dies. So and then you have to turn on manually the battery. But if you have the battery on, because of the solar panel, like the dual power, like solar panel, it will kick off after like 8 hours of battery use, and it'll kick back over to solar panel mode. I'm actually, alright, so low key, this is like a plug. I understand it's potato quality, but if you're watching right there, that's a thermal fucking optic. Yeah, boy.
Yeah, we got thermal.
Yeah.
Upgrade.
Thermal cape.
Octane has thermal capabilities.
My gun officially has the most on it. That's a Tice quote.
I'm telling you, you need to get the little level thing.
I'm not getting the little
That would
level
look
thing.
so dope. So dope.
You can tell on the suppressors, well, at least the Mark 46 suppressor. I painted mine like snakeskin, both of them snakeskin. I was going to do something else with my Mark 18, but I just got so fucking fed up with it. It wasn't turning out right. So I went, fuck it. And just did snakeskin on both. It turned out slap though.
Do you think do you like the DE Mark 46 or do you like the black Mark 46?
I think
Like,
the
what do you
is,
think would be easier to go in to paint?
The black's going to be easier. Well, black is a darker color, but if you spray paint tan with tan,
yeah.
I mean,
Oh yeah, I can understand that, but I'm saying like, if you were to try to skip that step, would a DE one be good?
what step are you skipping? Spray painting?
The painting step. Yeah.
Wait, didn't you say which
You
one's
just didn't
better
wanna
to spray
paint it.
paint? You said which one's better to
Well,
spray
yeah, that was the
but I wanna
first
skip
question.
the
But the
spray paint
second
step.
question is like,
If you just had to choose
what
one and
if
not
you
paint
were
it,
to be like- Yeah.
black.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I would actually go D. I think D is sex.
I just don't like having a completely solid DE gun.
I feel you on that, but I think it works for scars, and it works for the Mark 46.
Because I might just buy the tan one. Like it looks pretty nice.
So like, I totally made a combat shirt today out of an old Czechoslovakian, like original Czechoslovakian, jacket. Cut it up. Actually came out better than I thought it would. It's comfy. It don't look good though.
It's like, it's just the wrong fucking material to use for the sleeves. Like that, like your shit will be burning up, boy.
Oh yeah, it's thick. The sleeves are double layered. There's like an inner, like like the old military like base layers. It's like lined with that down the sleeves.
Yeah.
That's why it had to be turned into a combat shirt. So it's still gonna be hot, but for sure not on like a 90-degree day. It's just not gonna happen.
I actually have like it's a combat shirt, but it's a very thick one, and
True Spec makes those.
No, it's some like random fucking. It's some company I've never heard of, but the combat shirt's pretty Gucci.
Yeah, the True Spec makes some like that. I know. Like they make heavy winter ones.
511 makes one. I know that.
I want the orange combat shirt from True Spec. Pio, why are you at the table if you're not bringing anything to it?
That's the truth.
Banned? Question mark?
Banish.
Oof.
Boom.
Ooh, rip. I guarantee you it's only going to take him like 5 seconds to be like, let me in, dude.
Oh, no. The sad part is that that's what's gonna happen.
It's the truth.
2 minutes later, hey, but where'd you guys put me?
Upcoming. So I know me and Wyatt recently bought some tickets to a pretty big event. That event being Milsom West, the Caspian Gap? Caspian Breakout?
Caspian Breakout.
One of them, whatever. Like, it's gonna be dope.
October, what is it? It's like the 23rd or something. I can't.
22nd. I think 22nd is the Friday of it.
So we're gonna be going down, or 20th to 22nd. Yeah, 20th to 22nd. So that's gonna be pretty legit. I hope I get to meet Jet the Desert Fox and call him out for being a faggot.
Yeah, he'll probably be there, since he can't go to
Burn him.
AMS.
Burn him.
Yeah, update on the free Jet podcast. Like, he is confirmed banned for a year from AMS. From what I've heard. I'm pretty sure I heard that from Pyatt. So, like, maybe. Yeah, that's like a maybe. It might be, fully legit. But I don't know. I believe it because, let's be honest. I don't think he went to the most recent one. And, what he did was pretty douchebaggish. Like, not to mention some of the videos he recently uploaded from that game. He freaking totally blind fired some dude, around the door. Not really, but he kind of did. I guess he could kind of see him. Whatever. I'll let him slide on that. But after he goes out of the door, there's 20 guys down that hallway that lay into him, and he doesn't call anything. I don't know. He's a prick.
For sure. I will admit he does wonders for airsoft fields and getting publicity, but let's face it, he's a prick. Oh no.
He does increase that he makes it better for some like getting into the sport because like you can see like a big YouTube channel doing it.
I don't know, like he's not even big by YouTube standards.
For airsoft YouTube standards, he's pretty big.
Novrich is bigger. Novrich has pushed the
Well,
envelope.
Novrich is
like-
the biggest, but like
Novrich is the biggest.
Novrich, kill yourself to be
still,
honest,
he's
my
pretty
dude.
big.
Like, come on now. All he does is clickbait now.
Clickbait.
Like out of hand clickbait.
Clickbait.
That kind of stuff makes me so mad. It's so unnecessary to clickbait. Like six reasons why airsoft snipers are the best. I'm number 4. All your viewers are 12.
I moved Hunter because
Yeah.
that was autism. that hurt my ears. Hunter, don't ever do that again. That wasn't even audible. No one could understand that.
So do we want to wrap up?
Yeah, I'm low key a little tired. I think we kind of touched base on everything. I mean, we kind of our topics we're all touched up on. I think the only thing that we didn't really touch, you hinted at Gucci gear, but I don't think there's really any Gucci gear we need to talk about.
Yeah. I don't know why I put that. I don't know.
Because we all got
Whatever.
Gucci gear except for Hunter.
Does Hunter even play airsoft?
Barely.
He took today off. Like he called off today to join the podcast, but can't call off on a Saturday to play airsoft. Hashtag just saying.
Can't call
So,
off.
moral of the story, if you don't like getting hit by BBs, if you're a pussy, don't play airsoft. Thank you. Mic drop.
Mic drop. Oh, wow. Alright, all I gotta say for final thing, if you're playing airsoft, fucking defeat that ego. Boy, just do it. You know, admit you took that hit. Defeat it. Ain't no reason for you to fucking cheat. Not worth it. Take it as a learning experience.
Oh yeah, timeout. I do want to talk about something super quick. We did touch on it earlier a few times, but like, as we were saying, this is when my mic stopped working. I just now clicked and I remembered. But so when we were at Assault Airsoft Outdoors, me and Gage were walking down this small path, right? And it was kind of like an ambush. I mean, obviously it wasn't really set up, I don't think. I mean, maybe they realized there's a path there and they're like, oh, we'll just wait on this path, but whatever. Pretty sure we just walked up on them and they were, kind of dug in. But we started getting shot at. We have no idea where they really are. And basically, in the same situation, so basically Gage is on the ground. I'm kind of back a little, like we're both in terrible spots. He's in the middle of the trail, just on the ground on his back, because he just had to not get shot, right? So I'm like, all right, Gage, we need to break contact. We need to get in a better spot and take these guys. Because usually what I'd want to do is I just want to push him in, That's always my first instinct, is to just fight it out, like try to be a better gunfighter. But when you're just in a bad position, they have the jump on you, they have numbers, we had to break contact. And basically, as we're pulling back, I noticed where one dude was shooting from, and I guess we'd already hit some dude, and he was actually reviving the dude that we hit. And I'm shooting at the dude that's still alive, and he's like trying to kill us and revive his friendly or whatever. And I guess I accidentally hit the dude that's dead. And he's like, really, dude, I'm already dead. Like, and he starts throwing a fit. Like, there's a bad guy right behind you. I'm not shooting you on purpose. I can't even see you, really. Like, I just know I'm getting shot at right from where you are. It's like, people just, like, quit being pussies, guys. But anyway, we broke contact, pulled back, got in a lot better position, burnt their entire team. We would have been dead if we would have just tried to push them. And, that game, I was like, all right, Gage, every situation we get into, we need to focus on trying to stay alive instead of just trying to push them in, Let's try to get in better spots. And that's what we did. And, that whole game, we were like, if we die, the first thing we're going to do is We're going to figure out what we did wrong, what we could do to still be alive right now. And we did that. And, well, we ended up not dying just because, we were subconsciously focusing on, just that, I guess. And we didn't end up dying or whatever. But, yeah, that's definitely a very good way to improve your game. If just training just isn't viable for you, because we just don't have time to really train. It's, we could do stuff on the weekends, but kind of it's more like going to open plays and using that to train, because that's kind of like the best we got. So, because we just don't have time during the week to do training stuff, whatever. So, but yeah, definitely that's a nice tip. You could definitely, focus on trying to stay alive, asking yourself what you could do to still be alive after you get shot. That's all I have to say. Thanks for watching, guys. You can check out our Discord, check out all our stuffs, I also want to hint at, we may be expanding the team soon. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah.
Applications
Yeah.
available.
Yeah, just if you're interested in all that shit, as always, check out the Instagrams. The Instagrams are on our Facebook page. Our Facebook page is Octane Tactical. Our Instagram is Octane Tactical. Our YouTube channel is Octane Tactical, as of course you guys are watching. We also launched a second YouTube channel. It's called Octane Gang. Basically, it's going to be anything not airsoft related, not podcast related. So if you want some video game play, vlogs, probably not reviews, but just
I think reviews will go on the main channel, to be honest.
like just fun videos that are not airsoft
It's
centric.
like an Instagram spam account,
Yeah, pretty much.
It's just everything else,
So you just type in Octane Gang, Octane Tactical logo will pop up. So hit subscribe on that. If you guys enjoyed the podcast, if you made it all the way through, congratulations. You listened to three fucking morons babble about shit that we hate and that we love. So pat yourself on the back. Give us a like. Give us a subscribe. I understand probably like 3 people are still subscribers. If you're not a subscriber, hit subscribe. Doesn't hurt. We'll let you know when we're gonna kick off shitty shindigs like this. That's all I really got. Hunter, send us out.
All right, guys. This is the end of the podcast. See you guys later.
Later.
See you guys.